Okay, so Italy-Albania has just concluded 2-1 to Italy. All the goals came very early on in the first half. Albania taking a shock lead after barely 30 seconds of play through Bajami's goal. I don't know what the Italian defence are doing with that throw-in, the communication, the sloppiness of the execution of it. But that finish is a very well taken sniper's finish. He's really got one thought in his mind: I'm going to grab the ball, nick the ball off the defender and shoot as quickly as possible. That's great technique. It's a great goal. Albania just they unsettled the Italians very, very quickly, very early on. Shock lead. Albanian fans are in, they're in la la land at this point. Italy stay calm. They respond. Bastoni scores his goal in 11 minutes, but Barella's goal is a thing of beauty on 16 minutes, and that's the end of the goal scoring. It was a frantic first half. The pace of the game did slow into the second half. Italy were pushing for a third, Albania pushing for the equaliser. Very untypical Albanian and Italian performances. You would think both sides would be a bit more defensive minded and a bit more methodical in their play. No, exciting young players on both teams, willingness to attack. A very inexperienced Italian side. This is not the Italian side that won 3 years ago. Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzali have all retired. So there's a lack of experience at the back, which contributed to that Albanian goal. But I think this is going to be a fun group. Italy and Albania, there were some concerns about goal scoring with both these sides. They scored 3 goals in the first 16 minutes, and they should have. Both sides should have scored more. I'm surprised. Yeah, 3 goals have been scored. I was thinking a more high-scoring game with how both sides were playing this game. Yeah, there was a lot of errors in there, but you could see the youth and enthusiasm and the intent. And I think both coaches will be happy with Spalletti and Slovenia will be happy with the intent that their teams put out. Not to worry about Italy with that young defensive core, that young defensive lineup at the back could have panicked after going 1-0 down. They didn't. Albania didn't give up. You would think in years past maybe Albania might have wilted after conceding that equaliser and going 1 goal down. To be trailing 2-1 might have completely just given up. That didn't happen, which was refreshing. It was a very balanced contest in that first half. The first half was frantic. Second half, Italy took more control of the game, and I think the scoreline does reflect fair balance of play. I think it's a fair scoreline. Albania could have nicked a draw, but I think Italy getting that opening win, I think, is important with their defence of the title. I can see this Italian side being very exciting to watch and unpredictable to watch. They don't look as defensively sound as Italian sides of the past, so they're going to have to change their style of play because of that inexperience. Albania, they work hard for each other. They're very, very well drilled. They're very fit. They're very organised. They're willing. They've got commitment. They've got a fair bit of technical skill as well. They're not just here to make up the numbers. They are here to play. And looking at how Croatia played against Spain, how Spain got a bit sloppy in that second half defensively, we could see all 4 teams in Group B taking points off each other. We could see this is one of the groups where maybe that third place team doesn't necessarily go through to the next round as one of those best third place teams. We could see a shock in this group. I think Albania had the measure of Croatia a little bit. They looked faster than Croatia did against Spain. They looked more motivated. They worked harder. They were in the game for lengthy periods. Italy didn't just take that 2-1 lead and sit back. This was a very competitive fixture. It was fun to watch. So I'm hoping Albania do get a win out of this group, or get something out of this group, and because they've shown a lot of improvement since 2016. I think Slovenia and Zabaleta, I think that's a very young, potentially inexperienced coaching on it, but they know each other very well, and they've been coached by some of the best coaches in the game throughout their careers. So you've got 2 very good footballing brains in the coaching setup with Albania. So expect these Albanian players to really put a shift in. They all play in top leagues across Europe, so they're not here making up the numbers. They are here to play. Italy, young, exciting. There's going to be mistakes in this Italian side, but they're going to be fun to watch. And I think they're going to score more goals than your typical Italian side would. The way they quickly responded and then they didn't just sit back is refreshing. I'm also, on that note, the game itself, I mean, I had a phone call from a friend, so I was on a video call with a friend whilst watching the game, so I wasn't watching as religiously as the other games today, but of course got the commentary on, got the footage in the background, I was keeping an eye on it. I will say this, goals per game average, something I've noticed, no goalless games so far, which is refreshing, so no draws. Minimum goals per game has been 3. First game we had 6, second game we've had 4, and the last 2 games we've had 3 goals. So, goals per game average so far, and I'm going to do some basic maths, please bear with me, whilst I get my calculator up, but this is going to be very, very interesting. So the goals per game so far is 16, and we're averaging 4 goals per game at the moment, which is quite frankly ridiculous. Now, I don't expect the rest of the tournament to stay at 4 goals per game average. I do not expect that. I would expect that to drop slightly. But goal scoring's definitely up. And so far, what I've seen is a lot of very, very sloppy defending and some very inexperienced defending. We are seeing a lot of open games. And Spain, for example, didn't play a Spain way. They played a very, very quick-paced long balls in behind, balls into wide areas. They weren't playing their tiki-taka. Speed of play is key. And even Scotland's, managed to get a goal down to 10 men. So the speed of the play has definitely gone up. There's more space on the field, it seems, and sides are more open than they used to be. So it's more about attack than defence at the moment. Coaches are clearly putting a lot of emphasis on attack. So I think we could see a very high-scoring tournament. But, yeah, Italy getting off to a winning start in their defence of the title. Albania are definitely here to play. And I do fear for Croatia in Group B. I think Croatia, this could be a very disappointing tournament for them. They've really got to figure something out. They were really poor against Spain. Spain were sloppy in the second half. So Spain need to be careful that they don't underestimate Albania and don't dismiss this Italian side that's in transition as weaker than they think they are. I think this could be a very entertaining group, and if goals per game still stays at between 3 and 4, we could be in for a very high scoring tournament. The games tomorrow look very, very interesting as we go into the start of Group C and Group D. We could have a very, very unpredictable high-scoring tournament. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. And also, where do you think the goals per game average is going to end up being when the tournament ends in about a month's time? Do you see some high-scoring games tomorrow? Will they be a bit, closer in scoreline? Will we see some more cagey games? Because so far, the games haven't been cagey. Sides have gone for it. So it's refreshing seeing basically not quite all-out attack, but more attack-minded, quick, fast-paced play. This passing for passing's sake. We are seeing very direct play, which is refreshing. So we shall see what tomorrow brings. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.